Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and it's 7:28 this morning. We were all smiles. Yes, we're having our second cup of coffee, and we watched the YouTube subscriber thing flip over to 10,000 subscribers. Yes, 10,000. That took us almost a year to go from 5,000 to 10,000. Yes. So now we've hit the big time, I think, and it proves to everyone you can act normal and things will go good. Yes, that's what we did, was act normal, making these videos as we freeze to death every day, or in the summer get eaten alive by the 101 mosquitoes. All right, so this morning we woke up to minus 30. Ooh, consistent temperatures, but feels like minus 40. Oh, that's such a happy number. Okay, on the yo-yo scale, minus 22. But feels like minus 40. See, we got some happy numbers. And also, too, Amazon has my 12th book of my writing career, which is my second book in my Winter Road series, on for free. It's known as the Head Hanger. That's based on the 86 Dodge Head Hanger truck. Because we drove your head in shame. You hung your head in shame. Yes, you had, as you drove the truck because it was not a chick magnet. Oh, these lips need some vodka. And it's free as an ebook from February 26th to March 1st. All right. This is the reason why my lips aren't working this morning. K-Tal 1, right from Holland. Yes, read the fine print on the bottom of the bottle. Right from Holland, imported. Yes, that's the place that has those old style windmills and wooden shoes. This is what we're going to celebrate tonight with after we, succeeded in getting 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Yes, unreal. So that's why my lips aren't working this morning. It's not the fact that I'm standing out here in the cold. All right, let's back up and see what we got for sunshine. It's going to be clear and cold. All right, just look at that, eh? And I'm enduring the wood stove smoke for the Swedish kid to show how tough I am. Yes, I'm a Canadian, freezing. Yeah, you can't even really see it there. There we go. Gotta pucker your lips up. All right, let's have the wood stove smoke before we get censored. Yesterday was officially cold. When we hauled water, we got equipment running because we're seasoned professionals. Yes, we do this all the time for fun, and we even do it in the summer when there's 101 mosquitoes. All right, I better go before I get smoked out, and here comes the boss. Okay, last night when I got up from my numerous peas, I noticed on the camera there was no wood stove smoke. So what happened last night is the wood stove went out. Yes, we set the damper, the vent, and everything at the same calibrations each night, but last night we went into a low air pressure system and it snuffed out the wood stove. But we have the curtains here, okay, just tarps or whatever, so that was able to keep the coldness in that part of the shop. And then over here, stop and admire the promo bike. So over here we have the electric furnace, okay. The staff brought some plywood. That's for a project this week. All right, so over here we have the electric furnace, which is a 4-element furnace with 2 elements disconnected because we don't have enough power. So that furnace has been sitting in the corner since 2009, I think it is. I could walk over and read it. But it just keeps the shop warm because we have the water pump right here. It's up in the air. So this morning when I came in, the shop was a little chilly. And now we've got the temperature up to 50 degrees, just above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 10 degrees Celsius, okay? As I wrote on there. Can you see that, Les Nestman? All right. So now we know that this furnace will keep the shop warm and good. Oh, these lips are just thinking about that K-Tal vodka tonight. All right. So the shop, or the furnace over here. Let's stay focused. Enough of this thinking of boobies. All right. So this furnace, since 2009, has kept the original shop at the temperature required to keep the water from freezing. So over here, we that's our power panel. Oh, I'm confused today. All right. So over here is the power panel that only gives us 200 amps. That's why we only have 2 elements working in the furnace. So the shop is a little too chilly as we're bringing it up to temperature, because once you open those curtains, which I kept closed till now, all right, so now this will take a while to warm up. So we'll go over to the hose shack to relax. Okay, I'm over in the hoe shack, so if you don't believe me, there's the hoe, and there's the lovely ladies and Rex in California, his nice vehicles. You notice his bike isn't a cube because it was a quality build. Alright, so over here, this morning, this is so small in here. This morning when I seen how cool the shop was, I came out here and I took the thermostat from 15 and bumped it to 20. So look at that. Just like being on welfare, crank up the heat. So it took less than 2 hours for the heat to come up in this building. So now we can work over here. Let's do the walk and talk. That way everybody gets dizzy. All right. So we brought the Lynn tractor transmission in on Friday, I think it was. All right, so there it is there. So now I got to document this transmission because it came out of a Chevy truck. All right. So there was a tag here, I imagine. But Sir Rodney's going to have to go off these casting numbers. And then I made some notes up here. Okay, but I wrote them not upside down for some reason. So, okay. So we're going to get this transmission top taken off. And then Sir Rodney can see if he can find the parts, because he is the parts guy. Okay, that was pretty simple. I photographed this transmission, so Sir Rodney should be able to figure out what it's from. And it's, if I remember correctly, having the aluminum top also means a distinctive year, model, or make for this transmission. Okay, so I got this bell housing, clutch, and transmission on a motor that came from Rattan Mine, and they figure it's 80 to 85, 1980 to 85, and it came in as scrap. Okay, so we put it in the Lynn tractor, and then according to my notes, in July 2023, we took it apart. Alright, so the shifter fork is broken, thingy-bob, and there's the brass right there. Also, too, it's reverse gear according to my notes. So this is reverse gear that goes back and forth. All right. According to my calculations and due to the rotation of the earth, I don't think threaded rods are supposed to be in this transmission. Okay, so this gear being able to move back and forth a little too far because you have slop in the shifter. Now, if we look way down there, there's a shaft. Here, I'll try this here, Les Nessman. Whoa. That one don't work. Let's see if we can get this down there. All right. There's teeth on a shaft that are well damaged because the reverse gear has gone too far back. I don't think that's really important to us because we don't know what they're used for. All we want to do is go forward and backwards, right? Okay. So maybe all I have to do is figure out this gear. There is a bad nick on the front here. I don't know if we can see it. It's hard to look through the camera, or I mean the Me phone, to see it. But that's about usual wear for something that's been shifting back and forth. Okay. Bear with me. We're coming around. Alright. Should be here any time now. Anytime. Okay, we've gone one revolution, haven't we? Oh, I'm trying to do these things sober. Alright, here we're coming up to it. So these teeth aren't that bad. It's this one. From going back that way is whacked the crap out of this one down there. So maybe we just need one of these, and probably there's a collar that goes in here instead of these threaded rods, because like you can see the threaded rods have been munched on, and you can see the metal filings and chunks. Okay, we took this apart in July and then we cleaned it all up for the day, but we weren't really going to pay much attention to this transmission. We were going to put a smaller one in. But now we're at the end of the season, or winter's coming to an end. The money tree hasn't blossomed. And to get anything to the end of the world, I think Sir Rodney should and could be able to find a shifter fork and one of these gears. And if I look at it, this shaft might come out the back here. Also, too, that's new park brakes on there from Sir Rodney. I forget what year we did that. Probably 2018 or 17 or maybe 16. All right, so maybe this shaft comes out the back. But this is the learning channel. We're learning. We have 10,002 subscribers.
Hey, what's up, Kingdom followers? Sir Rodney live from West Trans here. Haven't been around in a while. I am still alive. Joey's got me working pretty hard, especially today. I'll get what he's looking at here. He's got an old transmission for a 1968, so almost brand new. Geez, my mom and dad weren't even thinking about making me in 68, so I had to go to this old dusty cupboard here, the old trusty books, and I ended up finding some parts. And he's looking for a fork, which is obsolete. This guy right here. So I ended up finding him some used parts. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. So I'll be right back. Okay, so you've probably heard Joey say it 1,000 times before, never throw anything out. So I went back into the old cupboards here, and we never throw anything out. This stuff is stuff that you can't buy anymore. It's obsolete. So I found Joey the fork right here that he's looking for. And down inside here, you get these little metal brass bushings, which I have right here. Never throw anything away. So all this stuff is obsolete, discontinued, but I'm Joey because we never throw nothing away. And that's that. So we got him covered. Also too, I want to take this opportunity to introduce myself. I know we have a lot of new viewers. I am Sir Rodney. I am the exclusive parts dealer to the kingdom. Everything from transmissions to dog food. I just want to say hello to all the new followers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later.
Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and yes, I'm back in the hoe shack. Look at those lovely ladies. Oh, I remember drinking those beers. Okay. All right, so just before lunch, I emailed the pictures to Sir Rodney, and he sent back the blueprint or the drawing of this transmission. Okay, they have that in stock. It's in a book or whatever, so you just scanned it. So that works out good. So now he's laughing in his message there. The threaded rods aren't supposed to be there. This is not reverse this way. Reverse is that way. So the threaded rods are stopping the transmission from the gear from actually going into reverse. That's why the gear down in there is all munched up, because it's only catching a little bit. That's why it was always jumping out of gear on me in reverse. Okay, so I circled the parts we're going to need. So we need number 22. And this one here, seems how the teeth are missing off the end there. And it is this fork here, which is the broken one over here. All right. So I like it when the parts manual and stuff like that is so simple, not like Caterpillar where you have to have an engineering degree to figure out their parts manual. Whereas anything Chevy IH is laid out simple and easy to enjoy. So now we'll have to figure out if this is going to cost more money than actually buying another transmission, or what we're going to do here. All right, thoughts required plus beverage. Okay, I sent off the picture thing circled with the parts list to Sir Rodney. If it's way too much money for those parts for a transmission we really don't want to use, we can just cut those threaded rods off and use the 3/4 of the gear that's left, because there's only a quarter of the gears are munched off on that shaft in the bottom. All right, so in here, we're getting the wood stove ready here. So we got some telephone poles, and then we had all those root balls right here, you can see. All right, I didn't cut them when they were cold because the saw won't cut them. So I waited till they were kind of warmed up a bit, and here we go. See, there's still snow on them because they were on the shop floor. So I nipped them down to size so they would fit in the stove door. This is going to burn nice. And then where the skill saw, okay, right here with the Irvin blades, wasn't long enough to reach, just like me on the honeymoon. All right, I used this here. We picked up these cheap saw blades on, I think, our last trip to Thompson over the so-called road. These things are 100% crap. They shouldn't even be on the market. You couldn't even cut bread with it or slice cheese or anything with it. Unreal. But the main thing is, we got the root balls nipped up so the Swedish kid can say we recycle, repurpose everything of the tree. Most people would leave the root ball behind, and then people would come along and hit it with their skidoo or walking their dogs or something like that. Okay, so now it's done. It'll be going in the wood stove tonight. All right, let's get to work on the... Oh, let's go this way. Rotate slowly. Can you feel the heat that's not coming off that stove? Yeah, it's low pressure. So it seems how the stove's not burning. It's nice and cool on this side of the shop. We'll be able to weld and get these angle irons in here. Hopefully. All right, let's get to work.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 7:30 a.m. As you can see, we have a bit of a sunrise coming up. There's not a cloud in the sky right now. It is kind of chilly out. You can hear it by my feet. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make breakfast, and get ready for work today. Just after 8:30 and I finished up breakfast. I had cereal and toast this morning. Now it's time to let the dogs back in, get ready, and head to work. Not sure what I'll be doing at the school today, but I guess I'll find out when I get there. Almost 4:30 and I made it to the kingdom. I'm pretty sure we are taking one of the cats out with the little chain drag and doing a few passes around the kingdom since we did make a pretty big mess yesterday with the Z-drag. Gotta smooth that out before it gets too cold. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see if my dad's ready. Now we are going to hook Laverne up to the chain drag here, but we have to pull it back away from the cat so that way my dad can get around and hook up onto it. Then he'll do a few passes in front of the yard here, that way all this gets smoothed out. Then we can go down the south trail and do a few passes over there as well. While my dad does a couple passes with Laverne and the chain drag, I just wanted to show you guys what the fuel filter looked like. This is why we were having issues the other day when we were trying to drag the caboose up by the wood pile. We normally use the clear ones, which look like this here, so we can see if there's any problems, but we didn't have any at the time, so this is what we put on it. But now that we have it changed, Laverne runs no problem. down the south trail waiting for my dad to come with the cat and the drag, and as you can see, he gave me a list of things to talk about here, so here I go. The double Z drag we have has 6 cutting edges on the 2 drags, so it cuts twice as much, which levels it out pretty good. The snow is mostly air anyway, so it compacts really nicely. As you can see from my feet, I am standing on this as well. Then we got the 6 inches down with the axe here, so that's pretty good. And by the sides here, you can see we have no snow banks like we do on the north trail, which we've been plowing with the cat. This is the only trail we have that we've only been using the drags on. Almost forgot to mention the tires on the back of the Z drag are for weight and to keep everything in place and to keep it all on the trail, because without the tires on the back, the Z drag would be all over the place and we wouldn't be able to cut it down the way we did here. The tires on the back leave a nice clean cut at the very end, plus if we tried to use the tires as a drag themselves, they'd be pretty useless. Not sure if I covered everything on his list, but I got most of it. So as you can see here, we have everything that he asked me to talk about, and I tried to add in a few more stuff of my own. Now I'll head on back over to the kingdom and see if my dad's still dragging the trails. The front gate of the kingdom and the highway is just right here, so I'm going to show you guys my little trail my dad uses to get onto the south trail, which leads right in front of the shop there. So let's get going. It only takes me about a minute and I'm back into the kingdom. 5 o'clock and I'm officially done in the kingdom. Now it's time to grab my dog treats and head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. Just after 5 p.m. and I made home from the kingdom. I already put the skidoo away. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, get a fire going, and do the weather. 6 o'clock, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's negative 25 degrees Celsius, which is negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It has been pretty cold out today, as you can hear by my feet stomping on my deck here. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in because I can hear them crying, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, today's little project taking Laverne out to pull the drag was the tech check to see how the compaction was on our trails, and it is solid and hard. Because I could feel it in my back because this cat has cleats, and the fact that it's only the rollers on the TD6s that touch the ground because the sprocket and the idler is actually up. So on the TD6s we call it galloping. When you go fast they gallop. So I was just rocking and rolling as I pulled the drag, but that's what the little test was today. Like we didn't do much or didn't accomplish much in dragging, but it was more to see what the compaction was. Okay, that's a cold win. It's 5 o'clock. We're going to quit and celebrate, because when I had coffee at 3 o'clock and chatting back and forth with Sir Rodney, we were at 10,022 subscribers on YouTube. So that feels good, and we feel loved. So we'll keep the quality of videos the same and keep posting every day. And look at the flags. They're a tangled mess, but it's cold, it's chilly, and that vodka's calling my name. Yes, we're going to drink that vodka and celebrate getting over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we thank everyone very much. Okay, let's go walk the dogs, drink some vodka, and make a video. Talk to you later.